Flinch.
There's always emotion going into, every game really, but especially versus the Texans, division opponent, a team that kind of been up and down against in the past. If we're just being honest, haven't had a ton of success against. So it's always a game that I'm wanting to get after them and a game we want to win. And especially if it's a division opponent and it's a big one for us.
We have got to have another sound plan when it comes to protecting the quarterback, but also in the run game. Manufacturing different ways to manipulate those guys. Like I said, it takes all 11, but specifically the way that they want to roll off and come off the rock and play. Talented, got a lot of respect for the way that those guys play the game and can be very disruptive.
Fires to the back of the end zone. That ball's going to be caught. Touchdown. De'Ami Brown in the back of the end zone. A 9-yard touchdown pass, and Jacksonville strikes first.
Message to the Jaguar fans coming out. Buckle your chin straps. It's going to be a physical one.
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, welcome in, everybody. As Dennis Gardeck just told you, buckle up. It's going to be a physical one. Oh. And we're only talking about Jaguars Today for the next 2 hours right here. Tony Smith has threatened to beat Tom McManus silly over the fact that Tom decided to wear a red T-shirt on Houston Texans week.
It's Prowler week, and you come in here like this.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking. I just checked my underwear to see if I was wearing my teal underwear, but to no avail.
How about how's your new C.J. Stroud back tattoo coming in?
Oh, yeah, good one. Like the one on your forehead. Buddy.
Yeah, right there, man. That's right. I got my teal on today. So,
yes,
and by the way, it's not required.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking.
Just can't wear the enemy's colors in here.
I got it. Listen, I got 2 shirts in the car. I'm going to change at halftime. Or at the break, yeah.
Halftime, all right, one of the breaks.
At the break, I'm going to run out and run back in.
It is a nice shirt, though, the meathead shirt.
It fits good. It's not a meathead, but it's a meat shirt.
It's a meat butt. It's got your 55 right there,
story,
like branded on a cow.
It's a long story. Yeah. I should have known, though. I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you. I don't think of them as red for some reason.
Battle red blue is like their go-to for their big games.
Well, I'm taking it off. I can't take it off right now.
We're shaming Tom McMahon.
You really are. I feel terrible. But it's true. Listen, they've beaten us 7 times in a row at home. What am I doing wearing a red shirt?
Note I mentioned that Tony's going to fight you. Yeah.
Both of you together, plus Dalton in there. I'm toast.
Dalton? Who we got?
I'm toast.
Dalton?
Dylan Dalton.
Talking about my brother Dalton?
Hey, Dalton. D-Mark. How you doing this morning, Dalton?
That old guy.
What's going on, Dalton? Let's get the Dalton Baldwin update right now. Best team in Baldwin is Baldwin. Right? Who do we got tonight?
We got Baker County.
What are we doing with Baker County?
We got a good one. We got redneck football tonight, son.
Is this a stern test? I thought Union County had a good rep.
Yeah, right.
I don't follow them year to year, but you guys handled your business last week.
Baker's a little down as well this year, but none of that junk matters tonight, man.
It's one of those. Throw the records out.
Yeah, you throw the records out, you throw the stats out, you throw that in the creek down the road, and where everybody's giving their best effort tonight.
When Coach Dalton's on the sideline for Baldwin versus Baker County.
What's the over-under in punches thrown during the game, I wonder? What do you think? It's got to be a few.
Got to be 3.5.
Yeah, I would say, 3.5's a good say.
A few punches, right? Yeah. Can we agree we're not going to say let's hurt any of these high school athletes just for the day?
Yeah. Right, we don't want to hurt them. They got to go home to mommy and daddy.
They got to do their own thing. Yeah. What's Bowles doing, Tony?
Bowles is over at Oakleaf. They played Oakleaf over there in Clay County a couple of years ago. They hadn't played a game in Clay County since 2005, so it had been 18 years since they had done it. But they went over there, played them last year. They've played each of the last 2 years. Last year at Bowles, the game was 57-50. Between these two.
Wow.
So, and Oakleaf is one of the better teams in the area.
So we're expecting maybe a repeat or run back?
That's what I'm expecting to happen tonight, based on what we've seen from Oakleaf here early in the season,
Voice of the Bowles Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Anthony Smith, ladies and gentlemen, right there. He'll be breaking it down.
Nice.
Maybe Coach Dalton will have you on Friday Night Lights after the game.
Dylan the Dalton Denmark.
Bro,
I like it. Triple D.
He shook pockets pretty easy. I don't know about this one.
It's funny. I legitimately have a little brother named Dalton.
I know you do, man. I know you do.
Hey, Dalton,
you're going to have to bring him in to prove
Dalton's
that.
Cool
My mom does that junk all the time. She misnames us all the time. She even calls me by her brother's name, Larry.
No, Heather calls me Colin all the time. Well, it's more actually, I say all the time, it's more when he's at the house, when he's like it's summer and he's staying at the house, but she'll call me Colin all the time.
Yeah, my dad would be like, hey, Bob, Mike, Tom. I'd be like, yeah, like.
Or then she'll try to play it off like, hey, Colin, Mike, because his name's Colin Michael. I'm like, what does that have to do with me?
Right.
There's no Colin in my name. All right. It is Friday. Jags Texans. We got Tom's Tale of the Tape today. Yeah. We got our X Factors we're going to give out. It's a Keys to Victory Friday. Tommy, just give me off the rip here what you expect to see from Brian Thomas. Let's presume he's going to play. I know he was limited in practice yesterday, but I have heard no indication that anyone thinks he will not be suiting up for this game. So what do you expect out of his performance this week?
I expect him to go back to being the normal Brian Thomas, which from last year, that would be the normal Brian Thomas. Look, I think you're going to have to pound the rock to open up the passing game, but play action pass down the middle, man, down the field. I'm going to number 7. I'm not going to be deterred from doing that, right? That's one of his favorite or, best plays, a dig. He runs a nice dig route. They did play action on a dig route early in the game last Sunday. So I expect him to be part of that offense. I mean, look, Liam said it best when he first got here. Where's the offense run through? He said number 7.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. So I would expect to just go back to, we'll chalk it up as a bad week. Let's go back to normal. If he's healthy, let's go back to normal. But I don't think you start off by just throwing the ball to him. I think you're going to have to really set that up.
Well, I think, again, this is not the week to me. This is the week where the main focus has to be on running the football, slowing down their pass rush. Yeah. I want to get Brian Thomas going this week, but if I don't and I win, I'm okay with that. I don't know if this is the week to, especially if Derek Stingley's following him around. He did a great job on Mike Evans, I thought, on Monday night. I mean, he's in his hip pocket all night. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say he's not as, involved, but who's running the digs? Who's running the post? Is it Travis?
Oh, I'm not saying he's not running
I'm not saying
those.
You're not. I'm just saying, if he's not part of that, then who is going to replace
You tell me.
that?
Who would you have doing those?
Brian Thomas.
All right. Well,
I wouldn't. I don't think anyone else runs him better than him on the roster right now. I would say Brian Thomas.
Right.
From that
what I mean is, I don't think they need to come out on the first drive and make sure. All right, let's get 2 or 3 targets. Let's get this guy going.
No, definitely.
In the normal flow of the game, you're going to utilize Brian Thomas. No question about it. But my main focus is not on getting him rolling. It's on getting Travis Etienne and Basil Tootin rolling.
Last week, what'd they do? They went to Brian Thomas first couple plays, right?
Yeah. I
don't think they're going to do that this week.
They had 12 targets last week in the end summation there. So if you want to get in today, it was certainly Brian Thomas has been a topic all week long, but today's focus is on the Jags matching up with the Houston Texans. What do you see as the 3 main keys to victory for the Jacksonville Jaguars? You can hit us up on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines at 641-1010. Also on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at that same number. Stream us on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. Are we streaming on anything else, Dylan? Or
Twitter, Facebook,
whatever?
YouTube.
YouTube. All right.
Bang, bang, bang.
Checked all the boxes there. And find us on social media at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at Meathead55, and at 1010XL Dalton.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
Denmark. It's just Denmark. It's the same last name for all of them, no matter what the first name is in the family. All right, I've had way too much fun with that. All right, let's start the tale of the tape when we come back. Okay. How do they match up side by side heading into this big game? The Texans have dominated the recent series here at Everbank Stadium. Can the Jags snap that and get it headed in the right direction? We'll discuss that throughout the next 2 hours. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for big number 1 Duval Ford. Mobile service will come to you. Look, Ford has a great service department. Duval Ford over on Caston Avenue, over 90 service bays, but they'll take that same expert level of service and bring it to you at home, at work, oil changes, filters, battery replacement, recalls, you name it. There's a lot going on with big number 1 Duval Ford. And right now, they're joining forces with other Ford dealers around the globe to host food donation drives to collect essential items to fight hunger and meet critical local needs. Donate food items between now and September 25th at Duval Ford on Cassett Avenue, benefiting Feeding Northeast Florida. That's big number 1, Duval Ford.
Jaguars Today. From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. While you were watching the ball, he saw what happened in the trenches.
I'm Jeff Laudeman.
And he tells you about it every Tuesday. Check the tape. 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Checked by Napa Auto Care on 1010XL.
Join Jim Furyk and other legends of the PGA Tour for the Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, October 3rd through 5th at Timuquana Country Club. Catch the new community concert series on the 17th hole after play, featuring country artists Low Cash and Love and Theft. Public parking is free with complimentary tournament access for military, courtesy of ViStar Credit Union. Get tickets now for the Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, starting at just $25 at Ticketmaster.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Come visit the best sports restaurant in town. That's Big Dogs in Orange Park, known for great burgers, huge wings, pizza, salads, and special nightly events like trivia and karaoke. You'll all love it at Big Dogs Restaurant in Orange Park.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels. Summer heat has settled in, but don't sweat it. Big Chief Tire has your back with $50 off all AC services. Whether your system needs a quick recharge or a full repair, their expert team will keep you cool and road ready all season long. With 6 locations around Jacksonville, trusted service is always nearby. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your AC service. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
You can't go inside your home team's locker room, so Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline goes there for you.
Work on three,
Hayes Carline here. Find my blog at 1010XL.com.
Brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing, where quality and experience count.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
PRI Productions is the official game day production partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hi, I'm Randy Goodwin, president and owner of PRI Productions. Chances are, if you've been in Jacksonville over the last 30 years, you've seen our work, from corporate and social events to concert production and much more. We have the equipment and expertise to make your next event memorable. So call the experts at the Jaguars Call. PRI Productions, bringing your ideas to life.
La playa is Spanish for the beach. If you can't remember that, the word Corona also works. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years. Mike Merritt technicians are never paid commissions, meaning you'll never be pressured to buy something you don't need. And Mike Merritt knows cooling issues can arise anytime. They don't just happen during business hours. So Mike Merritt never charges overtime fees. When you need us, we're here for you. Remember, in the fight against heat and humidity, Mike Merritt has a license to chill. Visit merrittair.com. Florida license number CACO 50384.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service on 1010XL.
Hey, Tony, what is Houston wearing this week anyway as the Jags are in their Prowler throwback teal jersey? Are they wearing road whites or what?
Typically, road teams do wear white.
They wear white?
Yeah.
Especially when your home team's in their proud Prowler throwbacks this
I would
week?
think so, yeah.
What's Tommy? Oh, white. He's rocking the white shirt.
I can't win. I got one more shirt to go, though. So I'm going to find a way.
Tom's gone deep in the closet. He did. He ran out of here, man. Look, white is fine. Everyone has white. in the uniform.
I'm only kidding.
It does. I know. It reminds it because Tom's like, no, you really let me have it. Let me have it over the white shirt. And, when Tom and I first started doing a show together, gosh, when was that? 17 years ago? Was it that long? I mean, it's more?
Yeah, about 08, 07.
Was it something like that? It was a.
When did 10-10 start? Because it was right before that.
It was before that, right?
Before
for like a year or whatever it was.
Yeah,
but whatever. And you were going somewhere. You were going out to California. Were you going?
I think so.
Right? And you're like, we're like, nah, let's make it a bit. Yeah. And Tom's gonna get mad. And leave the show.
Yeah. We did.
And you were
I'm
gone.
out of here.
You were gone for a week. And I didn't even try to sell it that hard. You know, I'm just like, I don't know about Tom. I don't know what he's going to be here. Like,
there was no out assignment updates.
No. This was like, Tom has left, and he's angry at me. And some people took that very seriously.
Some did.
Back in the day. So,
it's all right.
All right.
You're listening, which was a good thing.
Do you want to reverse order this one? Or do you want to build up to I know you were torn on, I think.
Listen, this was a
your
pretty.
tail of the tape.
I went through it pretty good, you know.
Okay. I mean, if you're ready, we'll start at the top if you're ready.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk it
through.
through.
Let's do that. Yeah. Let's have a good gab session here, Tommy.
Okay.
Tom's tail of the tape every Friday, matching up the quarterbacks, running backs, the pass catchers, O-line, D-line, linebackers, defensive backs, special teams, head coach, and then we all give an X factor for the game. So let's start with the quarterback position. Trevor Lawrence, we know what he's done this year. We know what C.J. Stroud was thought to be coming into last year, and then maybe a little bit less so. Tom, how do you see these two matching up side by side?
You know, I still haven't made it this. I mean, I'm close on a decision. It's either a push or it's Stroud. And I'm only saying I think Stroud sees the field better. I think he's been under way more duress than Trevor has. He's still throwing the ball down the field. He's got a little bit better completion percentage. By the way, if I do go Stroud, it's by the slimmest of margin. I think they're pretty close. Look, Stroud had that great 1 year, not so great, but not terrible, but they kind of figured him out. Last year was, towards the end, he was all right. He turned it around a little bit. He was under duress. I think he had, what did I write down? 52 sacks last year. He was hit pretty good last year. Stroud was. If you look at stats this year, like I said, it's pretty close in the completion percentage. He's throwing the ball down the field a little bit more. Trevor has more touchdowns. He also has a couple more picks. And then the line, our line, listen, they get a check right away. We don't have to jump there yet, but there was a no-brainer.
Trevor's had really good protection for 2 weeks.
A lot of protection. So I'm going to keep it a push because I do think it's that close, and I don't feel that comfortable or confident saying it's Stroud even by the slightest of margins. I think it's not fair. One guy's in his fifth year, one guy's in his third year. Stroud, yeah. So. To totally compare them side by side is not totally fair. What they've done this year, you can see, other than that, having 3 more touchdowns, 2 more picks, they're pretty close in their game.
Look, I've watched Stroud play this year, and he has made a few good throws. He's been depleted in his pass-catching core as well, right? Hasn't had Christian Kirk. He's been working with a couple of rookies. Hasn't had Braxton Berrios. I don't think he's going to be a huge part. And obviously, Tank Dell's out for the year, but that is what it is. But he's also missed some open throws, Tony. I mean, stood in the pocket with time and just missed them. But it's not like we can't say Trevor hasn't missed some throws either.
Sure. Look, I thought C.J. Stroud, his rookie year, there was something magical about his accuracy that year. Right? Like, it wouldn't matter how much you had him running around because it's not like the offensive line was great 2 years ago for Houston. It hadn't been great for Stroud since he got there. But he would run around and make a play downfield, and he would throw it exactly where it needed to be. That hadn't happened so much in year 2, and it certainly hadn't happened this year for him yet. Now, he does have kind of that deep ball thing that does pop up every now. It's like that Russell Wilson thing. If he's got a magic power, it is he throws the deep ball well, right? Like he's got that, and he's got a deep ball target in Nico Collins. I am curious with this week, before we don't have to get into the wide receivers here, but how much is Stroud helped by having a target like Kirk back if he's back?
Oh, I think a lot.
Right, like somebody that
Well,
can
help him out
can
in the offense
really
side, yeah.
like help him in the short to intermediate part of the field. How much does that help just get C.J. Stroud back and a little bit more comfortable, as opposed to right now he's having to throw to 2 rookies?
Well, he's not taking too many 5 and 7 step drops right now because the line won't hold up, right? So don't you have a veteran like you just alluded to, Tone, that you can rely on and can get open quickly and just get the ball out of his hands.
And has revenge on his mind for whatever that's worth this week.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And come meet Eric Murray across the middle,
Right.
who
Yeah.
also has
That's
revenge
right.
on his mind.
Damn right.
This week. All right, so you give him the official Tom's
I'm
tail
going
of the tape
push.
is
I'm going
push
Yeah.
on the quarterback position.
Push it real good.
All right, that's what we've done. Running backs, Tommy.
Us.
Yeah, I mean, I think this
without a doubt.
is heavily in the
Yeah,
Jags' favor
no
with Joe Mixon hurt, and who
Right.
knows? That's kind of like it's a non-football injury.
Yeah.
As John McClain said yesterday, he's like disappeared. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. He's like disappeared into a hole.
Not
like
even
we don't
coming
know.
up.
We don't hear anything about the
Wow.
injury. We don't hear anything about
Does
anything.
he show up at the facility or no? He didn't.
Don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
it just made it sound like put it this way, if he does,
Yep.
nobody's talking about what's going on with him.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where I think the hole and the mystery is.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Chubb showed you if the hole is there,
He can some
still run
damage.
through the hole.
Yeah.
But
He's not
for the
gonna
most
break.
part, in that game on Monday night, there's the debate, did Tampa let him score that touchdown? Because with 2:10 left,
Yeah.
Houston was already in field goal range with Fairburn. They could have run that clock down, kicked the field goal to take the lead. So, there's some thought, and it worked out because the Bucs got the ball back, had enough time to drive the length of the field in doing that. But outside of that, I mean, Woody Marks is a rookie, and he's a good pass catcher. He was one of the better pass-catching rookie running backs in this class. But, Damian Pierce was a healthy scratch this week.
Yeah.
They just don't rely on the run game that much, I think in part because it's not that effective for them.
Yeah. Well, No, you're right. Well, look, Mixon makes a difference if he was healthy.
Would make a huge difference
he's a
if
good
he was
back.
healthy.
He's a really good back, but he's not. So he's not a part of it. Well, look, we've got to take care of the run. Chubb's not going to beat you for big chunks and that type of thing. But like you said, he can get through the hole. He can get you 7 to 10, and maybe even more if you're not tackling him well. But our D line's got to really shut that down. They did a good job. I think we're averaging 3.8 yards against us per carry. That's really good. So keep it at that and make them throw. I mean, I'm going after Stroud. You gotta harass him for sure. I mean, I think that about any quarterback, but you could tell that he gets a little like missing throws, gets a little erratic, maybe feeling that pressure when it's really not there, that type of thing. And you gotta keep those ghosts coming at him.
Yeah, no question about it.
But stopping the run will be big.
Right. I think they brought in Nick Chubb. They wanted to be like a 7 or 8 touch a game guy, and he might get some goal line work, that kind of stuff, to give Mixon a spell. And that's not, what circumstances
Surprised
have
with
dictated.
Pierce because he's hurt us in the past, Damian Pierce.
Yeah, well, who knows?
He ran
I mean,
pretty
he was
hard.
inactive this week.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the good rookie year.
Right.
And didn't really do much last year.
Okay.
Didn't make much of an impact. That's weird how that happens sometimes.
Yeah, it
you know what I
does.
mean? Because he
Yeah.
looked like he might be a player.
He was a physical runner, at least here in that one game against the Texans. He was pretty physical.
Well, that's the thing, too, with the Jags, man. You cannot – this is an aspect of the Texans you need to have under your control is their run game.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
And, if they're ripping off 3, 4, 5, 10, 12-yard runs, that's a problem.
No doubt.
For this football team. So whether it's Chubb or Damian Pierce or whatever, that's got to be corralled. All right.
Yep.
Pass catchers. As a whole, we've been doing this, rolling wide receivers and tight ends in together. And you can talk – look, Brenton Strange gets a lot of his value as a blocker, and that's a factor in this as well. But how do you see the collective group of wide receivers and tight ends, team versus team?
Look, Nico Collins is good. He's really good. Good target. Interesting, though, I saw where he, on 14 targets, only has 6 catches. So I wonder what those 8, were. Just missed throws, which they could
There
be.
were a few of those
Drops,
on Monday,
I
just
don't know.
misses
Just
from
misses.
Stroud.
So that does happen. Dalton Schultz, pretty decent tight end, pretty athletic tight end. If you don't,
He's okay. He's kind of like a catch it and fall down guy. He's not much of a run
but
after
he can get open.
He's a decent pair of hands.
Yeah, he does all right. But overall, I'm going with our guys. I'm a still a believer in Brian Thomas. I think he's going to be fine. Diami, look, they should have been ripping him, too, for dropping that touchdown pass. That was awful, but he's been good overall. Love Brenton Strange. I think Parker needs more reps. He's, doing a great job. So I'm taking our wide receivers and tight end over the Texans.
I think it's when you get to that part of the conversation, Tommy, that it really shows you how solid I think the check mark is in the Jaguars' favor in this, that we go to Parker and, we like him. We want him on the field more. And for Houston, it's like the rookies that they've had have not given them anything. Yeah. So Nico is fantastic.
I think Nico right now, you would say, if you were saying who's the best out of the whole bunch, based on the way Brian Thomas has gotten off to this start,
sure.
Nico would get the check.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but when you start looking at the group overall, and certainly none of the Houston tight ends, I don't think they're any better than Brenton Strange, right? No. In the receiving game, and he's way more impactful as a player, it feels like, for this Jacksonville Jaguars team. So this one pretty easy for me as a Jaguars
I feel like Christian Kirk is a big help to this group, but
if he was in there healthy.
Do we feel any worse if, Parker Washington had to play the Christian Kirk role for us?
That's what the conversation's been.
Right.
Yeah. And do it.
Which is part of the reason why I think they probably watched the film and moved on. And Christian Kirk, as he's showing, has had trouble staying healthy.
Absolutely.
And so, look, I don't hate Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is a good Jag, man. Yeah. And played well for the most part when he was here. But
you got to stay healthy.
I wish he was waiting a week to return.
Right. Absolutely. I'd rather face Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins and have those guys be a bigger part of the game.
3 or 4 catches, those guys.
They haven't been factors like Tony said. Now, it's not like Travis Hunter's lit the world on fire as a receiver either.
Right. Yeah.
But I just think, Diami has been, with the drop notwithstanding, has been pretty good and pretty productive through a couple weeks.
Well, he had the big catch at the end of the first half, week 1, that got him into field goal range there at the end of the half. He had a third down conversion that's happened a couple of times already this year, too. It's the drop it's sticky, right? Like, the drop is really sticky because if he catches that, they win the game.
Totally.
On Sunday. So you have that going with it, too, but he's been good. At this point with a drop, and that kind of thing can't happen.
Yeah. Well, listen, you catch them this week, and we forget about last week and win the game.
Yeah.
You know what? And hopefully we don't have to look back on Cincinnati and be like, darn, that one really hurt us. You know what I mean? Like getting our last spot or whatever the case may be. Hopefully that's not the case.
Absolutely. Well, just take care of your business.
That's
and
right.
It won't come back to haunt you. So, O-line, you already mentioned.
Done.
Yeah, this is a solid one for the Jags based on, the way they played so far this year. Even coming into this year, a lot of people who do, analysis of offensive lines rank Houston dead last in the league. I don't know if they're the worst offensive line in the league, but they're not good.
Yeah.
And, it could be an advantage for our pass rushes. You got to get after Stroud. If you can stop the run and make them one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Their offense hasn't clicked, and that's a big part of it, I think.
Yeah, let me just throw this at you for stats in 2 games. So our O-line, 1 sack given up, 5 QB hits registered against Trevor. They've got 6 sacks given up and 13 quarterback hits.
And the Jags lead the league in rushing.
Yeah.
So that's, it all comes together. So push at quarterback, check mark for the Jags at running back, pass catchers, and offensive line. Jags by 50? Is that what we're we got to still do defense. Defense and special teams coming up.
I'm not giving a score yet, but I got a good score.
All right. I've seen your score out there on social media, but that's okay. We haven't given nobody looks at social media. Nobody cares about that. We'll get to the defense when we come back. Tom's Friday tale of the tape. Matching up, but we get it. Quarterback doesn't play against the quarterback, but we like to do it side by side, just kind of strengths of the team coming into the week, at least through the eyes of Tom McManus. So a lot of check marks on the Jag side on offense. Will it remain that way on the defensive side? Special teams, head coach, X factors, all that to come on this Friday. 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines if you'd like to be a part of the discussion on Jaguars Today on 1010XL. And 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
This is Jennifer Marion at Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville, and now's the time to drive away in luxury.
That's right, Jennifer. The $7,500 tax credit ends this month. It's your last month to take advantage of this incredible opportunity.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, drive the all-new electric Optique, Lyric, and Vistique. They are all in stock and ready to drive today.
See all of our inventory at Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.com or visit us on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent you.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Are you trapped in a high-rate mortgage? watching your hard-earned money vanish every month? Stop right now. At Loan Pronto, they are delivering the lowest mortgage rates in 3 years. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's rate reduction home loan program is a streamlined, low-cost way to slash your house payments by hundreds of dollars a month. Lock in at a fixed rate as low as 4.99% APR and close in as little as 2 weeks. No appraisal needed in most cases. And here's the kicker. You can skip your next 2 house payments entirely. Don't wait. Rates this low won't last. Call Loan Pronto now for your free, no-obligation quote. Loan Pronto is amazing. So start now by calling 904-999-1508. That's 904-999-1508. Or visit loanpronto.com to lock in your new low rate and skip those next 2 payments. 999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLS, consumeraccess.org.
Introducing the Jag Stack at Firehouse Subs. So bold, it's named after the home team. Stacked with honey ham, smoked turkey, roast beef, provolone, fresh veggies, and the new Duval drizzle sauce. For a limited time at your local Firehouse Subs, there's only one hottest sub in Duval.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
Prosser here for Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Football season finally upon us, and with that comes cooler weather. If you've been wanting to upgrade your outdoor living space, you should call the experts at Lifetime Enclosures now. From glass lanais to screened-in enclosures, Lifetime Enclosures and Flooring is the best in the business, so give them a call today. Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Showroom just off Phillips Highway. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins, fighting for your rights since 1975.
If you want to sell your home, or you're worried about selling your home, or you've had trouble selling your home, let me give you the hotline to the help you need. That's the hotline to Chad and Sandy. 904-414-6200, chadandsandy.com. Area homes are selling, but you got to get the right price, and you need the right marketing, the proven systems. Chad and Sandy hit every base for you. Need to sell now? Instant offers coming. Fast, easy, stress-free. You want max price? Chad and Sandy bring your home to market with unmatched exposure, whether you're buying or selling. Fast or max cash, Chad and Sandy have the proven plan guaranteed. And how about this promise? Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. They are the real estate experts you can trust. So call them today at 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, A-N-D, Sandy.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service on 1010XL.
All right, Tommy going in hard on the air guitar. No wardrobe change in the break, though.
No, I'm good with the whites.
He's rolling with the...
Feeling comfortable with the white shirts.
1010XL white polo.
That's right.
Very
Represent.
nice. You model it well.
Thank you,
Tom McManus. All right, we'll get back to your tail of the tape. Maybe a little bit of a teal-colored glasses situation here, but nevertheless, push at quarterback. Check marks for the running backs. I don't disagree. I mean, it's hard to disagree with the offensive skill guys and the O-line. All right, the present state of affairs between the two teams. We'll get to the defense.
What are you saying teal-colored?
I don't know. Just, you're going to... I could give Stroud
a lot
a
of
check,
teal
but
so
I'll
far,
go push. I'm just saying, you got. I wonder in Houston if they're doing the same. They're giving the big check to Stroud. No question, they're going Stroud on that. Yeah. Running back, they'd have to be crazy. I think right now to the.
What would you go quarterback?
I'd probably go Stroud just by the slightest margin. Right. No, I agree. But I think I'm in the same conversation you are. Like we're here. We don't want to. I don't want to ever admit that Houston has anything better than the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Right.
We're just trying to be objective about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with these rankings.
No, not at all. I'm not saying. I was just curious. Look, I think they're both, from a QB perspective, have been inconsistent. They both
have
got potential.
I just think it comes down to that. I think Trevor's protection has been better this year. Right. So I think Stroud has operated under more duress. So I think some of his mistakes are maybe a little bit more excusable at times. And it's not like Trevor's been terrible, by the way.
No.
But been he has been given better protection than almost any quarterback in the National Football.
Our O-line's playing great.
O-line has played certainly well enough. Now, the step up in class this week. You had one guy last week at Trey Hendrickson
who
now you get
worked our guy pretty
Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson coming your way. Let's go out to the lines for the first time this morning at 641-1010 on the Checkmate Coatings phone lines. Adam out at the Beaches is going to lead us off today. What's up, Adam?
Not much, fellas. How you doing today?
Doing well.
All right, good.
What's on your mind?
So I wanted to bring up Brian Thomas Jr., obviously. But I was curious for your take, and I haven't been able to listen this week as much with work, so you might have addressed this. But does his attitude, what's your opinion on his attitude? Even like in the interviews that I was able to catch up on, where they're asking him, like, hey, do you feel like you're in a slump? Whatever, and he's like, no, just got to go out there and execute. And he's saying that, and I get it, not everybody's a media guy, and Brian Thomas Jr. has never been rah-rah. But I feel like I want him to own it and be like, that's not me. That's not who I am as a player. That's not how I'm going to be playing moving forward. Those types of things, it just seems like he's real nonchalant and almost disinterested, like he's disconnected and checked out. It worries me, man, because the guy's such a playmaker. But we do have Parker Washington, and we have these other guys that are out there going hard and hungry, man. And it just seems like his attitude and his demeanor is checked out. I'm just curious for your take on it.
All right, I appreciate it. I don't think his demeanor's really any different than it was last year, and I don't think anybody was accusing him of being checked out last year. I just think that's how he is.
He's a quiet type guy.
He's very quiet, laid back. And look, again, coming off the season he came off, he has the right to believe in his ability. He's made plays at this level in the National Football League. And, Tom, you could speak to this a lot better than we can. You've been in that locker room. I think it's tough to get up there. You've got an ego. You want to everybody else is chipping away at you. Right? And I think sometimes the reaction is, hey, man, I know what I'm capable of doing. I'm not going to add to the breaking down of my game and show doubt in myself or whatever the case may be. Now, he's got to go out there and perform better.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's checked out at all. And listen, if he's listening to the noise, you may be pretty upset too if you heard some of the things that were being said about you being timid, being scared. He's probably like, what are you even talking about? Look, I'll say a few things, but it takes two to tango in that quarterback-wide receiver relationship on any given route.
Sure.
Some obviously was his fault. Some was the quarterback's fault. Together, they didn't play well. He did not play well. I think he felt really bad about not playing well. He's not a rah-rah guy. I don't need him to own it. You know what I need him to do? Go out there this week and just go out there and have a game. I think a little bit got too much made out of it. Clearly, there were, the one where he alligator armed it and then it became an interception. Clearly, that's something of an argument that's valid. Why didn't he go in there? Why didn't he go
one
full?
In the end zone is really, he throws a hand up and ducks, and there's only one guy near him.
Yeah. Well, listen, after rewatching it a few times, I do think that he got frustrated with Trevor. I think there were times where he was open on those routes that the ball wasn't delivered to him, and then it got, as he drifted further into coverage, then it got thrown. I think he got frustrated with that. He's got to catch the one that hit him in both hands on the goal line, not the one in the end. So that's inexcusable. I feel like, I know people are like, oh, he's afraid to get it. I thought he was trying to go upfield before he caught the ball. Just catch it and fall. It's a first down. You know what I mean? Close.
It's close, right?
Yeah, close, but he's got to catch that one. There's
no question.
Nothing. You can't say anything about that. But look, at the end of the day, he's got to be a pro, and I think he will. I think he'll come back strong. And whether they go to him or not, whatever, we'll see.
Look, if he catches 4 for 55, but he only has 6 targets and he makes the reasonable plays, I'm fine with that if the Jags win.
Yeah, and for the record, I saw him blocking downfield during the game. But on the one interception that he alligator on, he immediately made the tackle. He didn't just stand there and slumped. He was looking around and he made a good tackle. Actually, it's a pretty good tackle for him. You know what I mean? So I just think this rhetoric, maybe he heard it, maybe it's bumming him out a little bit, but the only thing he can do is go out there and perform. And he will. I think he will. I think he'll have a nice day on Sunday.
Tony, I feel it's like Trevor Lawrence. Like, people want Trevor to react in a certain way, and people are going to react the way they're going to react based on their personality. You know what I mean? And we don't always know what goes on behind closed doors, but I just think that, as Liam Cohen said, Liam's very excitable. Trevor's very calm generally, and they kind of balance each other out.
For sure.
If you're waiting for Trevor Lawrence to tip the podium over and throw all the papers up in the air, it's not coming.
Mm-hmm.
We've obviously talked a lot about Brian this week.
Sure.
And I'm still very solidly in the camp of he's had an opportunity to have 2 really good weeks to start the year. He hadn't come through, right? And he's way too good a player for this to become a habit for Brian Thomas Jr. I'm of the mind of I don't need to force him the ball. I'm just going to call the offense the way that we call offense, and the ball will naturally find Brian Thomas Jr., so you don't have to worry about featuring him. I want for Brian, for him to have a moment in this game against Houston where he can do what he did the first time we got to see him play. When he gets down the field on Jalen Ramsey, and after the penalty flag goes, he turns around and lets him know what he just did. I want him to have that kind of moment so that we can all just go, he's back. Right? Yeah. Like, I just want one of those moments this week because I'm not all that concerned that he's gone. I just want to be absolutely sure that he's back because he's way too important to the football team for him not to be a big part of it.
I want the Jags to win, number one. We all do, right? And I don't want Brian to, come, or anybody to come away with an injury, but I want to see him attack the ball in traffic. Right? That's what I want to see.
I want him to play mad this week.
Yeah.
I want to see that he's angry about the way everything's been talked about with him and show up on the field. It's like, I'll show you who I am. You forgot who I am? I'm going to remind you who I am. I want to see that this week.
Yeah, play mad. You don't have to be mad.
I mean, listen, he had a nice slant grab on 3rd and 6 and after all that stuff. I mean, and the safety was coming down. The ball was a little lower, so he just dropped to the ground. It wasn't like he was afraid to go in there and grab that football. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe, who knows? It's an emotional game. Maybe something was going on in his head that he couldn't get out of his head and he couldn't shake it. So, look, we're going to find out how he plays this week. And I don't mean how many catches, like how he's blocking, how he's running routes, what he's doing. And then we'll know if.
And hopefully this will be all put to rest, but who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't.
Maybe it won't.
Got to tune in Sunday to find out. All right, let's come back and get into the D-line, linebackers, defensive backs room. How do you see the Jags and Texans matching up side by side defensively in this game? Today is a Keys to Victory Friday, so if you want to hit us up with those on social media or any way you want to give us your feedback, just give us your 3 key things you think the Jags need to accomplish to come away with the win against the Houston Texans on Sunday. Tom McManus in studio here with us. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Childhood cancer does not discriminate, and 43 children are diagnosed every day in the United States. This is Tom Coughlin, and the J Fund needs your help year-round. Find out how you can help the J Fund by visiting tcjfund.org.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Dr. Kevin Kaplan, team physician for the Jaguars and proud member of Jacksonville's newest orthopedic dream team. At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, we brought together 10 board-certified fellowship-trained surgeons, each one a specialist in their field, all working together to deliver smarter, faster care with better results. From sports injuries to joint replacements, we've got the right player for every position. Visit osjax.com and meet your team. That's osjax.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Hey Jacksonville, Rick Ballou here. Looking for a brand new truck? Right now, Crew Cab Ram trucks start at just $38,900 at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram West Side. And every new retail purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost. From tough Ram trucks to adventure-ready Jeeps, they've got the perfect ride waiting for you. Stop by Commonwealth Avenue or shop online at jackswest.com. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram West Side, proud partner of the Jaguars.
Food that's good for you can taste good too. Flame Broiler has protein-packed bowls to fuel your day. Introducing their new chicken avocado salad bowl. Made with romaine lettuce, rice, cabbage salad, and topped with a delicious house sesame dressing. It's a bowl full of goodness. Eat in, take out, or catered. Flame Broiler is easy to enjoy. Come in Monday through Sunday for happy hour 2 to 5 p.m. for a chicken mini bowl and drink for $6.95 plus tax. 5 area Flame Broilers to serve you.
Share your voice anytime on the 1010XL text line.
Are you serious?
Installed by Lifetime Flooring.
I gotta say, you're totally blowing my mind right now.
If you can't call or email, text us. 641-1010.
Jacksonville, it's football season, and Duck Duck Rooter is proud to be on your home team. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, we tackle plumbing, septic, and air conditioning problems with championship-level service. Keep an eye out for our custom Jaguar wrap plumbing vans rolling around town. They're hard to miss and always ready for the next play at your home or business. With thousands of 5-star Google reviews and the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida, trust Duck Duck Rooter to keep you in the game. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter, when you're stuck, call the Duck.
For the first time ever, Beard's Diamonds brings you names like Rolex, Cartier, Van Cleef, and Tiffany. And Hicken Here. It's happening this week, Thursday through Sunday, a 4-day premium estate jewelry event. Have you heard about it? Spectacular buying opportunity. Ready to own the Rolex of your dreams? Beard's buyers have scoured the country, handpicking high-quality pre-owned Rolex watches. All the hard-to-find models. Submariners, Datejust, Sky Dwellers, Yachtmasters. Over 100 pristine Rolex timepieces to choose from. Plus, showcases filled with Tiffany rings, Cartier necklaces, Van Cleef pendants, exquisite rare gemstone pieces. It's the finest estate jewelry in the world. And for this special event, Beards is selling loose diamonds at unheard of prices. 1 all the way to 10 carats. Dazzling rare diamonds marked down to rock bottom. So many amazing prices of jewelry all in one place. Killer prices. Don't miss this unprecedented event. The finest names Thursday through Sunday. Beards Diamonds, your local jeweler for more than 4 decades at the St. John's Town Center.
I'm Frank Franzi, and I just got back from the farm at Okefenokee. Man, it's incredible. Just an hour north of Jacksonville and Folkestone. I was so impressed. It's about connecting with nature, with food, with community. And now you can own your very own handcrafted cabin tucked into a 1,000-acre regenerative farm. Everything you need is there. You'll hardly need to go grocery shopping. Learn more about all of it at okefarm.com. That's OKEfarm.com, the farm at Okefenokee.
The Golf Club of Southampton has big plans for 2026, renewing the greens plus plenty more. But right now is the time to take advantage of member opportunities before the big renovation. Now until the end of September, you can join and save 50% off their initiation fee, plus $500 back in a gift card with a 12-month commitment. All the details are at golfsouthampton.com. Playability for every skill level and a huge practice area to hone your game. Lock in now and enjoy membership privileges at the Golf Club of Southampton.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Piece number 55.
Tom McManus.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
All right, here's some feedback for you from Duval Doom, Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because you're saying, hey, it's not all one guy all the time, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tom, but if the ball hits your catch radius in the NFL, you need to catch it, especially if you want to be the number one receiver. Trevor's fault on any throw that hits the receiver in the hands is just, man, come on. Your reaction to that?
Some of his receivers have to make miraculous catches on simple throws. I don't know what that is all about either. Why do they have to jump? Why do they have to be so high? Why does the one across the middle have to be so high and let into coverage? Why? Why can't it be on his numbers? Why can't it be lower? Why can't it be near the ground where he knows he's not going to get hit?
Or even back shoulder it, right? Throw it behind him.
Don't lead him into the two guys coming in to kill him.
Look, I don't play quarterback. I don't know what that route concept called for, because I know what you pointed out. Like there's a point early in that route where Brian Thomas is open, but that may not be what the play is calling for either. You know what I mean?
Now here's the thing on that one. If you go and rewind that one, so immediately he's going to Brian Thomas. He doesn't look, and I don't know why. Maybe it's at the call, but he doesn't look anywhere else. Now Hendrickson's coming on the left, but he's got time. Now he could. If he looked a little left, he's got Allen sitting there not in the flat, but as the what do you call it? The drop off.
Mm-hmm.
The outlet with a ton of green in front of him. But for whatever reason, it was locked onto Brian Thomas. Now, granted, when he threw it, it didn't feel like it was late. It just felt like where he placed it was ahead, like he's leading him into that middle, right? Where when you see him, and by the way, all these contested routes everyone's upset about, it's the same route. From the slot, it's a rounded crossing route. The one in the end zone was a little longer than the one in front, the end zone, but it's the same route. And by the way, on every single one of those, right as he breaks, he's open. And then it doesn't happen until a little bit later. I don't know why. I'm not saying that Trevor's wrong. I'm just saying you see it. You see Brian Thomas curve. He's open.
Put that aside for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Whether Trevor should have thrown the ball earlier, different spot, should he have caught that football?
The one where he tipped it.
Yes.
Well, he should have tried to go catch the football. I don't know if he would have. I think he would have. I think he would have. I think this is what's interesting. 2020, he would have got laid out, and everybody would have been bitching that Trevor threw him into coverage. That's what would have happened if he went in there full speed and didn't care. He would have got laid out. Now, maybe he survives. Maybe it's no big deal. Maybe he gets right up and still catches the ball. Or maybe, he gets hurt and drops the football. And everybody be like, he threw him into coverage. That's why it's two to tango.
All right. Sunday can't get here soon enough. I'm really,
no doubt.
Honestly.
No doubt.
But appreciate the feedback. All right. Let's get to the tail of the tape on the defensive side
Let's do it.
D-line, both have a pair of really good edge rushers, not as accomplished on the interior. Who are you giving the check mark to here?
Yeah, this is a good one, man. It's a good one-on-one. Obviously, Will Anderson Jr. and Hunter, they're just as good as our two guys. And I think, by the way, Trayvon had a monster game. He was phenomenal Sunday. I love Trayvon.
As we're all waiting for Josh Hines Allen to get to 55 sacks, Daniel Hunter's over 100 career sacks.
No, I know.
So, he's been outstanding.
Outstanding, no question about it. Foley's playing okay for them. They got Barnett, Sheldon Rankins, and Mario Edwards Jr. up front. With that being said, I'm going Houston on this one. I think they've got a better defensive line. I don't think it's a lot better, but I think with their edge rushers, I think with even with their interior guys, I think our interior, look, I like Armstead. I think he's doing fine. And we're doing good against the run overall. But I'm going to take the Texans defensive line in this one.
All right, linebacker core.
I'm going. It's really two guys to two guys, right? We got our two in Foye and Lloyd, and they got their two in Shahir and Tua. I'm going with our guys. I like the way those guys play ball. They're good linebackers. I know a lot of people don't like Shahir based on last year, but he's an active player. He'll make a lot of plays, but I'm still going to go with our guys. And by the way, Devin Lloyd, what an athletic interception and return. I think we got to see him rush the passer a little bit more. I think he's got some good skill.
But he has had issues in coverage. I would put this more of a push for me. And again, we don't like Azeez Al-Shaair. He's a good player.
He's a good player.
Right? And we'd love him if he was here. We would adore him probably if he was here, but I understand why we don't. And what about you, Tone? I feel like this is pretty evenly matched in
I do too.
These units.
Yeah, pretty evenly matched. I think you can make a compelling argument for both sides on both of these positions, right? On the defensive side, it's kind of a which one do you prefer kind of situation, I think. So either way, any way you want to go with those groups, I think it's fair.
Yeah. All right, DB.
You're probably thinking I'm going to go Houston, but I went Jags. Now, granted, Stingley's phenomenal. There's no doubt. He's probably number one in if you had to rank them all together. I like the way our safeties are played. Dewey Winger's playing outstanding. He's
playing good ball.
He is playing some really good football. Eric Murray is playing some really good football. I'll tell you one thing I did notice against Cincinnati is Travis Hunter can play bump and run. He can play man. He can get up in that grill and do that press coverage, which I think we need to see more of, to be honest with you. I know they've got Gardner. He's another corner. Petrie, their safety, pretty decent safety. But I think when you look at Jordan Lewis, look at our two safeties, the way they're playing. Campbell, he's got to be better. Jones is okay, but overall, I'm giving our guys a slight lead in that one.
I'd probably give the check mark to Houston on this one myself. Tony, how do you feel about it?
I think the Jaguars pass rush this year, with how well Hines Allen and Trayvon Walker has been playing, has allowed some of the numbers in the secondary to show up, right? Like, their pressure is creating a lot of opportunities. It's why they have the turnovers that they have. They don't have big sack numbers, but they are affecting the quarterback in big moments in these games.
Yep.
So it does kind of skew this a little bit. If I was going to just look at the names on paper and pick which side, I think if I was just going to take one side or the other for my team, I would take Houston's side.
Yeah, can I throw this stat? Go ahead.
Go, no,
you go. You go.
You go. No, you go.
You go. I just a stat, just to back.
Sure.
So our defense has 4 sacks and 14 hits. Right? They got 7 sacks and 12 hits. So they're getting after the quarterback just about the same. But we got 5 picks. They have 0 picks. So I would say our secondary's playing better.
Yeah.
I mean,
think
the pressure's kind of the same.
It's kind of a weird thing, isn't it, Tommy? It's not that their Jags aren't getting pressure. Yeah. Their pressure is turning into turnovers. True. Right? Like, it's forcing errant throws. Right. Like, it's happening where they've created the opportunities with overthrows and all this different stuff happening on the back end. It hadn't been them taking the quarterback to the ground yet. It's just kind of a weird dichotomy.
I think some of it is the quarterbacks you're playing, too. Baker Mayfield can handle the pressure a lot better probably than Jake Browning. Jake Browning threw 2 room service picks. I mean, I would have caught those, right? I wouldn't have been able to run them back, but I would have probably caught them. I mean, here's why I look at it. Eric Murray has played great for us, right? Yeah. But if you were like Houston thinks they've upgraded significantly by moving on from Eric Murray and getting C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And I think most people in the NFL would agree with that. Now, Murray has played well for a 2-week period. So what do you lean more on? Just present form or expectation? So I think you can have the debate on that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, but you're going with the Jags.
Yeah, I'm going
on the defensive back side of things. All right. Hold your thoughts on special teams head coach, and we'll come back and give you all an X factor. Everybody will weigh in on that one. Jags getting a lot of check marks from Tom McManus. Will he have him on the 15-point line when we do confidence picks today? I can only imagine, Tony, that he makes it 3 weeks in a row.
They hosed you last week on that one, Tommy.
We shall find out. They really did.
They did.
I was hoping you'd get your points, but what are you going to do? All right, 1 hour in the books. You're listening to Jaguars Today on a Keys to Victory Friday on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. The players leave it all on the field, and after it's over, the party gets started. Packer Leon and Coach Gerald England bring you the window world of Northeast Florida 5th quarter, nailed down by Apex Roofing and Contracting and Hurricane Grill and Wings.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Do you trust the diagnostic you just got for your AC? Call Ideal Conditions now to get a free second opinion with a limited time offer of $50 off repairs of $300 or more. Just mention this station. For a limited time, we're doing $79 one-time AC tune-ups as well.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
IdealConditionsJax.com.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Watch football this season in downtown Duval at Pour Tap Room Jacksonville. 2 floors, 15 TVs, a giant projector, 80 self-pour taps of ice-cold craft beer, wine and cocktails, plus a full bar, wings, burgers, and more, and pizza delivered to your table from Pizza Dynamo. Downtown at Laura and Forsyth. Pour Tap Room Jacksonville. A beer festival every day.
Go! Recap this week's high school football games with Hacker and Dylan Denmark.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
Hear highlights and comments from the winning coaches. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning.
Helmets and Heels is returning to Vegas. If you're heading out for the big game, join us at Circa Resort and Casino this October for a Halloween weekend football getaway, featuring Circa room discounts and a huddle up for everyone in the teal and black. Meet Helmets and Heels Friday night, October 31st, then hit the Circa Stadium Swim with temperature-controlled pools and a massive betting screen. For Circa room discounts and more information, visit the 1010XL webpage or circalasvegas.com/huddleup-up.
home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Game days aren't the only win happening in the 904. Best of Bold City named 904 Gutters with a Z, the #1 seamless gutter company in Duval. Like the team's O-line protects their QB. Call the winning team at 904 Gutters with a Z to protect your home from the rain.
Winter and spring registration is already cranking up at I-9 Sports, and if you have kids ages 3 to 17, I-9 Sports is inviting you to get them on the field or in the gym with great sports like girls flag football. Plenty of places to play like Oakley, Fleming Island, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Log on to i9sports.com and see all the sports they have to offer across the First Coast. In Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Registration open right now for winter and spring sports at i9sports.com.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Wick, a candle bar, is celebrating 6 years this Friday through Sunday. Enjoy 15% off your total purchase at both San Marco and Jax Beach. Come celebrate 6 years at Wick, a candle bar.
This is your local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. The JTA Game Day Express is back. You can save gas and avoid parking hassles as the Jaguars take on the Houston Texans this Sunday. You can let them do the driving with multiple locations around town and passes starting at just $10 on the MyJTA app. To learn more, visit jtafla.com. Right now, 83 degrees at 11:02. Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Tom McManus, brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service on 1010XL.
Who was it? Yeah, was it Mexican? What do you think?
Mexican was one. No, Roadhouse.
Well, he was Dalton.
Yeah, he was Dalton in Roadhouse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Our producer, Dalton Denmark.
Dalton Denmark.
The younger.
Triple D.
The younger Denmark.
Dalton Denmark was producing this show. Y'all be in trouble.
Is that right?
Y'all would be in deep trouble.
What is, give us, what's the most distinguishing feature or personality quirk about your younger brother?
Man, he doesn't wake up early in the morning, so he probably wouldn't
So first
show
off,
up.
we wouldn't even be on the air on time.
How old is this younger brother?
He was born in 05. He's 20.
You had to think about it.
Yeah.
He better get up. 20.
You better get up.
We're talking 15 or 16. Ain't no sleeping in. This is some kind of home.
Where do you see
He probably
tomorrow?
pulling in on his motorcycle going 187 miles an hour.
Wait, what happened?
I said he'd probably pull in on his motorcycle. Probably find he's late and then, jet down I-10 and be here in 0.2 seconds.
All right.
Wow.
Good talk.
Yeah, it was a great talk, I thought.
That was awesome.
Some of the best talk we've had. All right, Tom, let's get to it so we can get to our X factors here. Give me the edge on special teams between these two teams.
Believe it or not, it's kind of close, although Cam's the better kicker. But Fairburn's been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah, not bad. He's got a big leg.
Yeah, 93%, I think, overall. And Cam's at 94, so you got to give him that. Tommy Townsend's been punting forever, too. He's pretty decent. I think that's, I'm going to pick our guys, but I think it's closer than not. And the return guy, I noticed.
Jalen Noel had a big game this week,
he's got some jets. So he's got 5 punt returns for 17.4. Had the 53-yarder this past week. So I'm going to give it to the Jags, but I think it's closer than you probably think.
The Jag. It's going to be tough to beat the Jags when you think kick, punt, return. Like the return aspect, there are going to be teams that have better return men. But
I will say, sorry to cut you off. Our kickoff coverage last week was not good.
No,
Perrine had some good returns, or Perrin, whatever. P. Ryan. He was really good returning that ball.
He was, but still, the sum total of it is that they still, without the 115-yard penalty that they got on the kickoffs, the average starting position for Cincinnati on 6 kickoffs was like the 33-yard line. So it's still short of
the 35.
If you just said, hey, Cam, boot it through the end zone, right? And it's clear that teams value that extra 5 yards so much more than they did last year. We'll give it to you at the 30, 35, we're going to make you earn.
Right.
So, all right, so head coach.
I'm going to go push. I think D'Amico's a pretty good coach. He's done it longer. It's interesting, offense versus defense. D'Amico being a defensive kind of coach. But I think he's a pretty good coach. I think his players like him. I think they play hard for him. I think, overall he does a pretty good job.
I would, for me, I am very happy that Liam Cohen's the head coach of the Jags. I think he's got him headed in the right direction. I'm going to give it to the guy who's won a couple of division titles.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
That's what I would.
That's fair. No, that's totally fair.
I give it to D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah.
And first meeting, we'll see how they go head to head. Yeah. It's tough for me to put Liam Cohen over too many NFL head coaches right now, unless they've shown a consistent level of incompetence.
Well, and we have to see what Liam Cohen's going to look like in these kind of moments.
Yeah.
Right? I think that this week has the potential to show you a lot about Liam Cohen.
Yeah.
And where he is as a head coach. I think all three of us sitting here are probably going to be picking the Jags to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that I don't think they're going to win the game, but I do think how they play this game and the way that they win potentially is going to tell you something about Liam Cohen as a head coach. Coming off a week like they just had, we saw what happened in 23 when they went through that kind of thing. They just went bleh.
Yeah, they went downhill.
These things have happened in the very recent past for this football team. What does it look like after that kind of loss for this team with Liam Cohen? I think we learned that this week.
Yeah, and by the way, this could rapidly change, right? But I just, I feel like
it's fair to give the benefit of the doubt.
Just for now, I feel like I'm not going to put Liam ahead of too many guys because we got such a small sample size.
Right. And I guess that I should look. I didn't really factor in, past with like when I did the quarterbacks. I know Trevor's got 2 more years. I didn't give it to Trevor because he's been in it longer. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I should have. With coaches, it should be different. Their track record, their wins, their championships.
I know what I mean? Is D'Amico Ryans any better or worse of a coach because they lost to the Bucs on Monday night? Right. You know what I mean?
Reputation of Liam Cohen's being built. This is a reputation-building week.
Yeah.
All right.
What's that look like?
Agreed.
Denmark, if you would. Whichever Denmark you happen to be. Fire up today's
10-10 Take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 Take is serviced by Ideal Conditions Heating and Air, your go-to local HVAC company. Veteran owned and operated.
All right. Time to give our X factors here, and I'll bat lead off on this one.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Basil Tootin. Were you going to go with him?
Yeah.
Well, that's all right.
Okay,
we can agree on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can pivot.
In part because he's been banged up a little bit in practice this week. He's been limited with a shoulder. Asked D-Rock yesterday. D-Rock doesn't have any concern about his availability for this week, but this is something that we have not hit Houston with. And when I say hit with, I mean he hits that hole like he means business,
bruiser,
right? And is always charging forward, seemingly. The incredible speed, contact balance, short area quickness, ability to push the pile, got it all. And I do think this is a big slow down the pass rush week. Take advantage of how well your offensive line has been playing and lean into that a little bit. And yes, Travis Etienne's still going to get the lead role and plenty of opportunities, but I think Basil Tootin, to me, Tony is the X factor. Can he use that 4.3 speed and maybe rip off a 40-plus yard play and flip the field at a key point for the Jaguars?
Sure. He's one of the guys I was considering. I chose Brenton Strange.
Okay.
And it is because of the threat that Houston presents on the edge. He's a big help in that regard. He's a big help as a blocker in the run game. I don't expect him to have a big impact as a receiver this week because of the two edge rushers that Houston has. I think he's going to have to stay in and help in that regard a lot this week. And he did it last week, too. It's why he wasn't a bigger impact in the pass game. He was having to stay in and help a little bit with dealing with Hendrickson. I think that is a big factor in this football game this week, and he's my X factor for the Jags.
That's a good one. I was going to go Tootin, but I'll tell you what, I'll go with the interior three in the O-line. I think they've been playing really physical. And listen, they give up 4.5 or 4.4 yards per carry on defense. The Texans do, so I think we got a shot at running the football.
Are you concerned if Ezra Cleveland doesn't play in this game?
Yeah, I am a little concerned.
I mean, he hasn't practiced so far, so
who's his back?
It'd probably be Adoga, you would think. I don't know if they're going to throw
okay with that,
Milam
but
in there.
Ezra's he's been really physical. So is Hainsey. Hainsey's been more physical than I don't know. I guess I never really watched him, but he gets after it, man. He's a grinder. He's a kind of a gamer.
Two practices for Ezra Cleveland at this point.
What's he got? Shoulder?
Ankle. Yeah.
Put some foil on it there, Ezra. Tape it up.
Put some foil on it,
There you
Ezra.
go.
Just put some foil on it. Haven't heard
doesn't
that
that work?
It sure.
Works in hockey. It can work in football.
Does it? Foil?
Yeah.
They go with a lot of foil in hockey, do they?
You don't remember that movie? We're putting the foil on, Coach?
Apparently I don't. No.
The Paul Newman movie?
Slapshot? Slapshot? Yeah, I can't quote
Remember, it was the brothers, the three brothers.
He's a killer. Yeah.
Remember the first when they got out to fight?
I've probably seen Slapshot once.
Yeah. I mean, it's been forever for me, but I remember putting on the foil, Coach.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I know. I should have known not to question your medical expertise, Tom McManus.
There you go.
All right, so here's what we did. Tail of the tape, Tommy going with a push on the quarterback and the head coach. I think you gave a push, right? Is what you ultimately did. Give the check mark to Houston on D-line and everything else to your Jacksonville Jaguars. You can only imagine where McManus has the Jags, but we won't let you imagine. We will tell you when we return. It's confidence picks time on the other side. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, and Dylan Denmark here with you. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. Sometimes the secret weapon is the special team.
He's got a big leg. He's got a career-long.
After the game, pump up the Superior Plumbing Special Teams Player of the Game. Sealed by Superior Plumbing and Pipelining on 1010XL.
Southside Kia is now Kia on Atlantic. New name, new location, same great deals. And we're ready for you. We're going all out with end of summer savings, like new Kia starting at $20K. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Or you can even hit the road with financing rates as low as 0. It's not too late. Online at KiaOnAtlantic.com. Kia on Atlantic, your coastal Kia connection. For complete details, call 904-250-0587.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
Come visit the best sports restaurant in town. That's Big Dogs in Orange Park, known for great burgers, huge wings, pizza, salads, and special nightly events like trivia and karaoke. You'll all love it at Big Dogs Restaurant in Orange Park.
Florida Gators football on 1010XL is driven by Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors, and the law firm of Farah and Farah. Get Gators play-by-play on 1010XL.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about letting things roll off of your back. So often we can make big deals out of things that are not really big deals. We can allow them to steal the joy of our day. But let me remind you that don't allow anyone or anything to steal the joy of today. Go out today not letting little things steal the big things that God has in store for you.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
Chris Doering brings insider takes and Gator gold to the drill. We're back. The former Gator joins Dan and Jeff Tuesday mornings at 7:20 on 1010XL. Protected by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentist and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, Jason, thanks for coming over so quick.
Sure thing, pal. What's the big... Whoa!
See, I told you there was a smell.
Yeah, it smells like...
Exactly, or a dead one more like it.
You need some fresh air in here.
Well, this is the problem, Jason. I've kept everything sealed up tight all summer long so I don't lose all my nice cool air. Now all the dog smells and cooking smells and home gymnasium man cave smells are all building up and I can barely...
Dude, where are the Bueller sunglasses I gave you?
Oh, I don't know. They must be in my other...
Put on my emergency pair. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing can install an air purification add-on to your existing air conditioner. Clean the air of dust and pollen and funky smells while you cool.
So I can keep all the cool air I saved up?
And your place won't smell like a dead...
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
You've got a circle of friends, right? Well, how about a circle of beer? All your favorites like Bud Light, Bud Heavy, Mick Ultra, or Natty Light. It's all there in the cold case at Circle K. Probably one right around the corner right now calling your name. Slide on in to a Circle K.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Mac in the Middle, Tom McManus. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service. On 1010XL.
All right, racing through the second hour of Jaguars Today. We'll give you our keys to victory coming up. But right now, we're going to tell you who we think is going to win every game around the National Football League that is yet to kick off. I think we all would have had Buffalo last night, but that one does not count in the proceedings. Last week, we had Tony Smith going 12-3 for 111 points. Wow. Missed the Steelers game. He had Kansas City and New Orleans. Those were the only misses. I went 11-4, good for 101 points. I missed Pittsburgh, Minnesota, Denver, and New Orleans. I had all them winning. And Tom, you went 11-4, but because you had the Jags on the top line,
get killed.
You only ended up with 81 points.
81. I did the math wrong. All right.
Yep. I had you at 81.
Good. Perfect. No, take it.
61 points.
I like your math more than my math.
No,
I'm pretty good.
I'll double check it. Did you have them at 27, 39, 49, 57, 64, 75? 78, 79, 81. Yeah, I got you at 81. You're good. All right. So, where things stand after 2 weeks, Tony, with a record of 24-6, has 210 points. I'm at 20-10, good for 189, and Tommy at 22-8. But the points only 177. So there are 15 games. Most confident outcome worth 15, all the way down to 1 on the low end. Tony, since you had the high week, you lead off.
I will take Seattle on the 15-point line at home against New Orleans, Green Bay on the road against Cleveland on the 14, and Kansas City at the Giants on the 13-point line.
All right, second, I will go because I had the second most points last week. I got Green Bay on the top line, getting the win over Cleveland. I also have Kansas City in my top 3. I got them one spot higher than you on Sunday Night Football. Have a hard time seeing them fall to 0-3 with the Giants on the schedule. And I'm going to take Tampa Bay at home against the Tyrod Taylor-led New York Jets. Now, the Bucs are down 3 starting offensive linemen, and 2 of them don't look like they're coming back anytime soon anyway, but that's where we're at right now. Tom, what are your top 3 picks? What are your next two picks?
In your white shirt,
I didn't do it.
Battle red.
You did?
War
All right.
studio.
I didn't. I got them winning, but I don't have my most confident.
Who's your most confident?
I got Kansas City at number 15. I got Seattle at 14. And I've got Green Bay at 13.
Green Bay at 13. All right, so a little more chalky this week for Tom McManus. All right, Tony, your next three picks.
12-point line, I'll also go with Tampa Bay over the Jets. On the 11 line, the LA Chargers at home over Denver. And on the 10-point line, Atlanta on the road against Carolina.
Very interesting. I have Seattle on the 12-point line. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going Jags worth 11 this week. I'm sticking it out there. I got 23-20. As my official score prediction for the week here. And I have, like Tony, the Atlanta Falcons on the 10-point line. Tom.
All right, I got Tampa at the 12-point line, Atlanta the 11-point line, and Duval at the 10-point line.
The most confident Jaguar picker of the week. Yay, me.
You did it.
I gain an extra point if the Jags win. Yes, I'm right there with you, though. All right, Tony.
So, starting at the 9-point line, I will take Dallas over Chicago. On the 8 line, San Francisco at home over Arizona, and Philadelphia over the LA Rams on the 7-point line.
All righty. I am going to go San Fran one spot higher than you, worth 9 for me. I'm going to take Minnesota in the battle of backup quarterbacks, but they're at home with Carson Wentz, taking them worth 8. And I, too, will take Dallas, a little less confident than you, on the road versus Chicago. Tom, what about your next three?
Number 9, I got Indy rolling the Tennessee Titans. Number 8, I got Dallas on the road against Chi-Town. And number 7, I got Arizona beating the San Francisco 49ers on the road.
There he goes. Big move, big swing in the points this week.
You want to take a swing at me?
Down to our final 6. I've yet to hear
Remember
Tony
that
Smith
movie?
weigh in. Swing that. What do you got there, Tony?
6-point line, I'll take Cincinnati on the road over Minnesota. 5-point line, Jacksonville at home over Houston. And on the 4-point line, Pittsburgh on the road over New England.
All right, so it's the Jags worth 5 for you. I'm taking the LA Chargers on the 6-point line at home versus Denver. I'm taking Indy. I don't think this is I think this is a tougher game. I don't know if it's overlook them or what after the first couple weeks, but I think it's going to be close.
Divisional games are funny.
I was tempted to go with Tennessee here, but regardless, I'm taking Indy, worth 5. And I'm taking Washington, even with Marcus Mariota at the helm at home against the Vegas Raiders, worth 4. Tommy, your next 3.
I, too, have the Chargers at home at number 6. I'm taking Minnesota at number 5 at home. And number 4, taking the LA Rams to upset Philadelphia.
LA Rams, how about that? Tony Smith.
As I said, divisional games are funny. I'll take Tennessee over Indianapolis on the 3-point line. Vegas over Washington on the road on the 2-point line. Jaden probably not playing this week, so... And then I'll take Baltimore over Detroit.
Yeah, did not practice today for Jaden Daniels, so third consecutive day. He's not playing this week. I'm taking Pittsburgh against New England, worth 3. I'm taking Baltimore on Monday Night Football at home. And I, like Tom McManus, I'm taking the LA Rams over Philadelphia.
Look at
but
you.
Not nearly confident in it. Got him down on the 1-point line, but that's what I got. Tom, your last 3 games.
Washington at home with Mariota. New England at home on the 2 line, and Baltimore at home on the 1 line.
All right, here's what we got. Tony Smith goes with Seattle, Green Bay, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, the LA Chargers, Atlanta, Dallas, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Cincinnati, your Jacksonville Jaguars, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Vegas, and Baltimore. I'm going Packers, Chiefs, Buccaneers, Seahawks, Jaguars on the 11-point line. I got the Falcons, the 49ers, the Vikings, the Cowboys, Chargers, Colts, Commanders, Steelers, Ravens, and the LA Rams. And Tom McManus goes KC, Seattle, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Indianapolis, Dallas, Arizona, LA Chargers, Minnesota, LA Rams, Washington, New England, and the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football. Confidence picks in the books.
Yeah, man.
Why don't we let Tony Smith take us on a quick tour around the rest of the NFL?
Now, gems around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
I swear, he's got to start opening the mic when he does it. Like that's we just.
What did you hear that time?
I just heard a.
I better get that up.
From the other Washington quarterback Jaden Daniels not practicing this morning for the Commanders, so unlikely it appears that he'll be playing this week. Cincinnati quarterback Joe Burrow will reportedly have surgery for his toe injury today if the swelling in his foot allows. the timetable for his return has been reported as 3 months. Houston wide receivers Christian Kirk and Braxton Berrios both have been limited at practices all week. We'll see what their official game day status is today. Indianapolis tight end Tyler Murray got in a limited practice yesterday after missing practice on Wednesday with a toe injury. San Francisco quarterback Brock Purdy said yesterday that he will go through a pregame workout on Sunday to determine whether or not he will be able to play this week after missing week 2. After missing practice on Wednesday, Chargers wide receiver Ladd McConkey was a full practice participant yesterday. Denver tight end Evan Ingram was held out of practice for a second straight day with a back injury. Green Bay tight end Tucker Kraft had an injury scare at practice yesterday, but it's being reported that it's just a tweak, nothing serious. Pittsburgh guard Max Sharping suffered a torn ACL at practice on Wednesday, and he will miss the rest of the year.
Dang. And here locally again, Ezra Cleveland not practicing this week. We'll see about today.
Yeah.
You got to figure he's got to get it out there at least on a limited basis to have a chance to play on Sunday. Hasn't practiced the last couple of days. And, I mean, he's a guy that we've talked about it many times already. Going into training camp, we felt had the biggest target on his back in terms of someone coming for his job on that offensive line. And it turned out he was the safest one of all. He played consistently good football throughout training camp.
I thought towards the end of last year, like last 3 or 4 games or whatever that he played, I thought he was coming on as being really physical. We were questioning.
You talked about that this offseason.
Yeah. Well, remember, we were questioning that physicality out of him. And then, I don't know, man, he turned it on. So I thought he was physical all throughout camp. I think him and Hainsey together have been really physical. You saw him throwing a couple guys to the ground and jumping on them, which I think is awesome. But yeah, look, hopefully he can go. And if not, look, Udoga's a guard. He can play guard. There's no question about it. I'd rather have Ezra in there, but at the same time, when you're a backup, you got to be ready to go.
Right. We assume it's Udoga. I mean, they have different combinations of guys.
Why it's not ready, I would imagine.
No, but you could play McCary at left and put Udoga at right.
Yeah, okay, fair.
But yes,
fair,
Udoga will probably,
somewhere
you would think, would start in the absence of Ezra Cleveland if Ezra's not able to go.
Well, he's a physical player, Udoga.
But the Jags, for the most part, have been pretty fortunate on the injury front so far, unlike a lot of teams out there. So, this is going to be interesting because there are a number of guys that have been limited, including Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I mean, it's easy for us to say practicing full the day before. Well, we'll find out,
Right. What's going to be interesting is the play of Walker Little. Trey Hendrickson's a great defensive pass rush specialist. He totally set him up on the interception. Did you notice that? It was actually a really good veteran move. Did you notice that at all, Tony? He's pretending like he's talking to his defensive tackle, right before the snap. And I swear, he's thinking oh, we'll do a game, and shooing, he jumped that snap, and he was around. So he's probably playing with his. I think maybe Walker should have gone. Oh, he's got to be coming inside if he's doing this thing with the tackle. Next thing you know, it goes right around him. I know he's really good, but he worked Walker pretty dang good all throughout the game, and he worked Anton pretty good when he had his opportunity. So Walker's got to, look, these two guys coming in this week, they're as good. They can get after the quarterback.
I'm not going to put them on the Hendrickson level because he's earned that.
Sure.
But they're very accomplished. I mean, certainly Daniil Hunter's, probably a down the road potential Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer, right? Yeah.
And Will Anderson's been good since he's come into the league. And, they are what they are. You know what they're
going to be good
is?
every week for the most part. Maybe not as good as a Trey, but they're going to be pretty good week in and week out.
Yeah, but we also, let's see, you got Bajal Tootin, who's been limited with the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You got Jarian Jones, who's been limited in practice this week as well. Monteric is back, it looks like, so that's going to be good.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And he's been fully participating in practice.
Good.
Right. Wyatt Milam, first activity, he's been limited in practice. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think they're going to throw him into the fire.
I wouldn't throw him in yet.
His first week in there. I mean, we don't get to see him in practice, so maybe he looks fantastic.
Yeah, right.
Hunter Long didn't practice Wednesday.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from whatever Liam Cohen said an hour ago now. And so I assume whatever news there was relatively good news, in all these areas. Otherwise, it would have been everywhere, I would assume by now. But I haven't seen anyone reacting to whatever he said 40 minutes ago this morning. So,
which is probably a positive.
Yeah.
Right. On that front. And we'll see when the official injury report comes out. All right, we got to take a time out here. We'll come back with our own keys to victory for the Jacksonville Jaguars. You can share yours with us as well if you want to hop on social media, and a lot of people have done that this morning and posted what the Jags need to do to get that W. Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Tom McManus, Dylan Denmark. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Apex Roofing and Contracting, locally owned and operated out of Jacksonville Beach. And up to 100% financing is available with Apex. That's important because roofs can be expensive, but it's one thing you don't want to skimp on. Trust me, if you've had issues with your roof, you know what I'm talking about. If you've got damage, if your roof leaks, if it's just plain worn out, call Apex. Don't wait. They're local, dependable. They'll show up on time with the most premium materials and ironclad warranties as well. Online at apexroofingfl.com or just visit them in Jacksonville Beach. That's Apex Roofing and Contracting.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Join Jim Furyk and other legends of the PGA Tour for the Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, October 3rd through 5th at Timuquana Country Club. Catch the new community concert series on the 17th hole after play, featuring country artists Low Cash and Love and Theft. Public parking is free with complimentary tournament access for military, courtesy of ViStar Credit Union. Get tickets now for the Constellation Furyk and Friends, presented by Circle K, starting at just $25 at Ticketmaster.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. This year's playoff road rides through the 904. Last season's AFC South champs take their first shot at Trevor and the playoff-hungry team in teal. It's back at the bank for a big one against a division rival. Jaguars, Texans, Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars. 1010 XL.
Cowboy.
Call 904-500-COOL. Ideal Conditions.
Veteran owned and operated with a mission to change your conditions. For AC installs, repairs, maintenance, or ductwork, Ideal Conditions has been trusted by Jacksonville since 2007. Call Ideal Conditions for a company who shows up on time and gets the job done right.
Call 904-500-COOL.
Honk if you see us. Call for service.
Ideal Conditions.
IdealConditionsJacks.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
When storms start to crop up in the Atlantic or Gulf this time of year, having a solid plan to handle anything that sweeps through the First Coast is very important. That's where American Electrical comes in. Ensure your home's safety and comfort with an American Electrical home generator. As the area's leading home generator dealer and installer, American Electrical can offer you easy installation, simple maintenance, and peace of mind. Schedule an assessment by simply calling the team at American Electrical. They'll walk you through the best generator for your home or business. Log on, american-electrical.com.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. The online banking services are outstanding, so easy to use. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you have told us about buying better quality diamonds, but is there any way to start with a smaller diamond and use it to trade up to a larger diamond later on?
Frank, it's interesting you'd ask that because our founder, H.F. Underwood, popularized growing your diamond here in Jacksonville about 50 years ago, and it's something we still do today. When a customer buys an Underwood engagement ring or solitaire diamond pendant or a pair of ear studs, we guarantee they get the price they paid for it on the purchase of any larger diamond. Now, a lot of stores would say, big deal. We do that too, but here's the Underwood difference. We guarantee you get what you paid when you trade in your Underwood diamond, even if you're trading up by only $1. It's not that you have to trade up 2 for 1 like most jewelers ask. There have been literally thousands of people in the Jacksonville area who have taken advantage of our policy, and Underwood still grows a lot of diamonds for a lot of people.
Underwood's, serving excellence since 1928. In San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Hume Flowers announces their home holiday decorating team is now taking orders for the holiday season. This is JJ with 1010XL. No more hassling with tree buying, untangling, and hanging burned out lights. Call on Hume Flowers, they'll do it all.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. Superior products, exceptional service on 1010XL.
I will take a look at some of the submissions we got for Keys to Victory coming up before we close out the hour. But let's go around our own little round table right here, Tommy. I stole your X Factor, so why don't you bat lead off on your first key to victory for the Jags this Sunday?
Well, I think we all have it. Probably number one, right? Run the football. Run, and run the football. That's what my number one key is. Establish the running game. ETN, Tootin, Allen Jr., whatever it takes, get that running game going so you can open up that play action pass.
The Bucs did it on Monday night.
Yep.
I think our guys are very comparable to their guys.
No doubt.
And their line has been beat up. Our line has been helping this team through 2 weeks lead the league in rushing.
That's right.
Well, yeah.
And keeping the QB clean.
We're all on board with that. Tony, what do you got?
This rivalry has been so weird, right? The Jags have won 4 of the last 22. It's been a rivalry that has so many strange things happen. C.J. Stroud didn't look like the kind of quarterback he turned into his rookie year until he came here in week 3.
Yeah.
That's when his whole season turned around.
Right.
Stingley with the interception in the end zone.
Yep.
The kick return 2 years ago here in town with a fullback returning it all the way for Houston. Weird things. You had the Hail Mary for David Garrard. Weird things have happened over and over. You have a quarterback with a collapsed lung having to ride a bus to get here.
Right.
And Deshaun Watson one year. It's just been strange thing after strange thing in this rivalry. I don't need to see anything strange. Cut the strange out.
Yep.
You're better than Houston. Beat them. Right? Just control the emotion in a game where emotions could get out of control with the Al Shair thing. That doesn't matter. That's in the past. Forget about it. Right? If you want to hurt Shair, do it on the scoreboard. That's the only place that needs to happen this week is on the scoreboard. And be in a position in this game where when he starts yapping, you can just say, buddy, it's 17-3. Shut up. Mm-hmm. Right? Have those kind of moments in the game, but don't allow any of the oddness of this rivalry to seep its way into the game this week.
Yep. All right. For me, I'd like to hurt C.J. Stroud.
But only for today.
Just for the day.
Yeah.
All right. No, I'm kidding.
You're taking a lot of my stuff today, man.
It's all your material, Tommy Mac. No, I am not going with that here at all. I'm going to say this. Don't let Christian Kirk become their X factor in this game, because I do think when you've got a shaky offensive line, you're going to have to throw the ball. This guy gets open quick in a short little area. He's going to be emotional to play coming back to the team. I'm sure he feels a certain way about the Jags sending him off to Houston, and you don't know what you've done and all these different motivations. And guys do that, right? They get themselves fired up. But he hasn't played in the first 2 games. Don't let him look like he's been playing with C.J. Stroud for 6 or 7 years, right? I mean, just he's going to get a few catches, but it can't be every 3rd and 4. There's Christian Kirk unguarded, in a little short, flat pass.
3 of those in a game make a big difference.
Make a huge difference. So I think he is a big factor for them because of the state of the offensive line and what I hope the pass rush will do for the Jaguars. So contain, corral Christian Kirk. Tommy.
I'm going to say rattle them bones on C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
Different way to hurt him, but rattle him. Suffocate him.
Suffocate him.
Yeah. Choke him out. No, I'm just kidding. But what I mean is, look, even Campanile, come on, bring the heat. Don't be afraid to go more than 4. I know you're not. Confuse him a little bit. Get him rattled. You've seen him rattled, man. He'll start seeing things. So we got to get after him a little bit. And I think if we do, we'll have a real good shot of getting the score that I'm going to predict before the show's
okay.
I think there's a real chance that with the effectiveness of the 2 edge guys that the Jaguars have and the weakness that Houston has up front on the offensive line, that we see Houston do a lot of what Cincinnati was effective doing when they were able to be effective on offense last week. Snap, one-step throw.
Yeah.
Snap, one-step throw. We're not going to allow the pass rush to be a big factor.
Yep.
I'm curious to see what the adjustment is after a week of seeing that kind of thing happen. And the book kind of coming out on the Jaguars now that they're good at this, right? They're going to get after you. You do these 5- and 7-step drops, you're getting hit.
Yep.
The quarterback's going to get hit by somebody in that kind of situation. I'm curious to see the defensive adjustment that the Jags are going to make as that becomes more and more of the game plans that I expect them to see week to week.
Yeah, and look, great point. But what drove me nuts? When they threw the bomb to number 82. It was a great throw and catch by Browning to was it Hainsley? No, on the sideline where his knee got in.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't call that a bomb, but
whatever, 40-yard, whatever. It was a nice throw on the outside in the end zone. Remember they had to review it. And the knee got in.
Heck of a catch. Yeah.
Okay, so Campanile sends the house, but my corner Campbell lets him free. No, that's Higgins. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the Higgins touchdown. You're right. Thank you.
That's why that was a 42-yarder on third down.
Okay, so that's when Wingard came over and bounced off him. But if he jams him at the line of scrimmage, you might get to the quarterback. So he's trying to figure out a way how to stop this passing game. I'm going to bring the heat. Browning saw the one-on-one, and they free released him. Campbell did. You're like, man, what are you doing? Like you can't free release a guy when you're bringing the house. He's going to be open. Anyway, so those little things they got to fix so Campanile can be aggressive. But, man, if my guys ain't going to do what they're supposed to do, it's hard for me to be aggressive. You know what I mean? Because those kind of plays will happen.
Can't miss the jam. You got to get him.
Got to jam his ass.
And which is, I think one of the keys always is don't give up the big explosive plays. And that was an explosive play. And it was one where I thought they were in pretty good position to stop it, right? Yep. Just a little disruption of T. Higgins at the line of scrimmage, and that play doesn't work.
The timing's off. He might have to double clutch.
And then they're either trying a really long field goal or they're more likely pooch punting it to you at that point. Instead, they put up 7. I'll give you one more before we hit the break, then we'll take a look at what other people are saying. Don't let Nick Chubb roll the clock back here. This is a game where Houston, Chubb should run for less than 50 yards in this game, honestly.
It's what he's doing.
Right.
On average. Keep him there.
The Bucs Red Sea parted, and he went in for a 25-yard touchdown untouched. Right. Anybody in the National Football League is capable of doing that. Don't give him those opportunities. Make him really grind it out and earn it, and make that team one-dimensional. Even if that one dimension is getting the ball immediately out of Stroud's hands, if you can put your defense in a position where they feel like they know what's coming, the Jags obviously will have a better chance.
Nick Chubb since 22. Don't let that happen.
No, right. Don't let him roll it back and have one of those vintage performances. All right. We'll come back. We'll see what folks are saying about their Jaguars and what they need to get accomplished this weekend as we wrap up things here on a Keys to Victory Friday. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for my friends at Dandy Foods, locally owned and operated right here in Duval by the Thompson family for nearly 70 years now. I've talked about Dandy for over a decade. Personally, enjoyed their products for about 30 years. Dandy's the perfect go-to when you're in a hurry and you don't want the hassle of a long wait. Super convenient, but also super fresh with great ingredients, locally sourced as often as possible. You really can't go wrong, and they're a great value compared to the drive-thru as well. Dandy, fast, fresh, always tasty, and waiting for you in the cold case at convenience stores all over town. As a matter of fact, on the north side, the newly remodeled Circle K on Broward Road is an excellent choice with a great selection of Dandy sandwiches, whether it's a classic double cheeseburger or my favorite tuna salad wedge. You're going to find plenty to satisfy even the most discriminating of appetites. You want fresh, quality products, there's only one name to know. And in Duval, that's Dandy. So when you're hungry, do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy and do it today.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Chip Davis, director of the Flounder Pounder Fishing Tournament. We are fast approaching our 16th annual tournament benefiting the Jacksonville School for Autism. With the help of our amazing community, we raised over $1.4 million the last 15 years. This year's tournament will be held at Palm Valley Outdoors on the Intercoastal Waterway. Captain's meeting is Thursday night, October 9th, and the tournament is Saturday, October 11th. I'm inviting you and your family to come out and enjoy our tournament festivities, raise some money, and support autism awareness. Special thanks to U.S. Army Recruitment Jacks for their support. Flounder Pounder for Autism 2025. See you there.
This is Jaguars Today Friday, brought to you by CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living.
When you head out for a night with friends or going to the big game, don't forget the best game plan to win the night is to designate a driver and guarantee a safe ride home. Hydrating between buds is the best play you can make. Bud Light, reminding all to drink wiser.
Are you ready to reclaim your backyard? Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, Surfside Pools is the trusted name for expert pool design. Family owned and operated, they offer pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools transform your backyard into the oasis that you crave. Are you ready to float happy? Visit surfsidepools.net or call 246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, where luxury meets leisure.
License number CPC 044080.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Want to grow your hair back?
IHRS, right here in Jacksonville, is the only hair transplant clinic in the Southeast to offer multi-unit hair grafting and the 45-minute PRP treatments. Grow your hair back. Call now for a free in-person evaluation. 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com.
Jacksonville, it's football season, and Duck Duck Rooter is proud to be on your home team. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, we tackle plumbing, septic, and air conditioning problems with championship-level service. Keep an eye out for our custom Jaguar wrap plumbing vans rolling around town. They're hard to miss and always ready for the next play at your home or business. With thousands of 5-star Google reviews and the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida, trust Duck Duck Rooter to keep you in the game. Call 904-862-6769 or visit duckduckrooter.com. Duck Duck Rooter, when you're stuck, call the Duck.
Hey, it's Lauren Brooks. Looking and feeling great isn't just for women. Hello Smooth Med Spa has something for everyone. Laser hair removal, wrinkle smoothing, skincare, and more. With over 400 plus 5-star reviews and over a decade in business, they know their stuff. Book now at hellosmooth.com.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, taking a look at some of your responses to our Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day, the same one we have every Friday throughout the season. What are your keys to victory for the Jacksonville Jaguars this week? I'm not going to repeat all the ones that are replicated all throughout and some of the ones we talked about, but just ask you guys to weigh in on some of these other ones. Tony, you kind of alluded to it, but maintain composure, said Doom. When they try to get under your skin, point to the scoreboard, hopefully.
Listen, I might have a side conversation with Quint Allen Jr. and say, listen, if you get a shot on the guy, give him an ear hole. You know what I mean? Go get in his face.
Okay, that's fine.
Something.
Are you cool with him getting a 15-yard penalty to do it?
Where are we at on the field and what time of the game?
That's what I'm asking. First drive of the game.
And they're starting off on their own 30?
Yeah.
Sure.
You are? Okay.
I'm okay with it.
Willing to give
Set
up
the tone.
All right. Would you be intimidated by somebody getting a 15-yard penalty for, getting in your face?
Listen, I don't mean just get in his face. Like, get him. Go get him.
Define that. What does get him mean?
Hit him late. Maybe get him in the ear hole. If it gets you a
penalty.
penalty.
In the head is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pay the fine.
Wanted to be clear.
Team's got to pay the fine.
Wanted to be clear. You want him to. You're gonna.
Team's got to pay the fine, not the player.
Okay.
In this scenario, in my little hypothetical situation.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't think you should let that guy just come in here free like you forgot about it.
I'm not saying you should. So. I don't know about just targeting him in the head after the whistle.
Yeah. He targeted our guy in the head near the whistle.
I understand. So
I think Britton Strange plays a physical enough brand of football that if given the opportunity, that'll send the message that needs to be sent.
There'll be a little pushing and shoving, I bet. And there should be. Nothing wrong with that at all.
How about this from Jagtastic? Just don't let penalties stop offensive scoring drives. Can we not have a half dozen illegal shifts. I mean,
I'm sick of seeing this. I think that's what
look,
it is.
in all seriousness, man, you can't be having 10 penalties every week.
Yeah.
You know, some of
Terrible.
these nonsense pre-snap penalties, even if they're being declined, which just means that you didn't have a positive play on that outcome regardless of the penalty.
I think they have the same amount of penalties as us. We each have 17.
Yeah. I do wonder how much of the illegal shift stuff last week was the first road game in the new offense.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? And kind of the timing of getting everything in and going, that kind of, like week one, it was holds.
Right.
That was the big deal week one. It wasn't they didn't get set. It was holds. So I don't think that'll be a big factor this week, but it certainly was last
No,
week.
look, it could be the call getting in late, getting lined up. You got to speed it up.
Ed said, keep the pedal to the floor, basically. Like, don't, hey, we're ahead, let's be conservative. No, that's not today's NFL, man.
No.
You're going to get
Gotta
caught
bury him
too often.
Yep.
So he's like, make it at least a 9-point lead so weird last-minute crap can't happen.
Yeah.
Because Tony was alluding to, we've had a lot of weird last-minute
Weird
crap.
series, yeah.
Establish your identity early. I mean, what is their identity? We want to be a running team. I understand. But I feel like they've come out and tried to get the pass rolling the first couple weeks of the season. I mean, you would anticipate Houston's thinking, all right, first play, here comes ETN. They're going to try to set the tone. So maybe you play action on the first play.
Brian Thomas deep for score.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Run, pressure Stroud, make him uncomfortable all game. A lot of what you'd expect. But I think, look, run the ball, get pressure. These are keys every week. But I think particularly against a team with a shaky offensive line.
And a good defense.
And a good defense.
Got a good
right?
defense,
and that's the way to slow down those edge rushers. And I think Houston might want to slow down our edge rushers. I don't know if they're equipped to do it, though. That's the difference.
True.
I think the Jags are equipped to do it right now. What's your score prediction?
I got Jags winning 27-14.
27-14. Handily.
I have Jags 28-21.
28-21. All right, I'm going 23-20. In part because, look, they've had Trevor Lawrence's number for the most part.
Yeah.
And he's got to show, and that's a big key here as well. Don't have those silly red zone mistakes, when you're down there. You got to at least get points. I mean, we want touchdowns over field goals.
Right.
Take field goals over turnovers all day. So just end up with one more point on the scoreboard when it's all said and
That's
done.
right.
All right, let's welcome in XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnik. Nimnik Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnik Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, now, Leon, I know you're excited about the Miami Hurricanes tomorrow, but what is your excitement level or your expectation level for the Jaguars' performance on Sunday?
Oh, I'm just as excited about the Jaguars. I mean, anytime you can send your rival into the abyss of 0-3, that opportunity is in front of us. I look forward to it.
All right. Are you going to the Miami-Florida game?
I am not. I'm a little superstitious.
Oh, is that
Last
right?
time I went to a game, we lost.
Okay.
Ooh.
So I'm staying here.
Where are you going to watch
Stay
it?
home, huh?
House?
I'll probably watch it at the house.
Yeah.
Or amongst friends.
Prediction?
Miami is going to win. 30-13.
30-13.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they cover.
Yeah.
Pretty
No
comfortably.
problem.
What is the line in that?
Like
I think it's
9?
Is it
8.5?
8.5, 9.
8.5.
I thought it was.
It was at 7.5.
Oh, no, it's up. I had
It's up
it
a little
at
bit.
8.5?
Yeah,
All right.
8.5.
Yeah, 8.5.
All right, fair enough. I'm sure you guys are getting into all that today on the program.
Oh, absolutely. Florida, Miami. We got Ryan O'Hara coming on, and we got Coach Campbell coming on to talk a little Jaguar football.
All right. Leon, have a great show.
Appreciate
Good
you.
weekend.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's get that dub on Sunday.
Come on.
We
need it.
The only good thing about Florida Miami is one of them's losing. All right, as far as I'm
Yeah, right.
the best
I
thing.
wish Florida was playing well enough for this to be fun.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, it can be fun.
Yeah.
Trust me.
5 interceptions, fun.
I'll have fun. One way or the other, I will have fun on Saturday. All right, that's going to do it for us. Tommy Mack, have a good weekend. Anything with the dad bods?
Next week, we got a private gig. We haven't played it forever. We're going to rehearse next week, and then we're at a charity event celebrating their 35th anniversary. So we're the talent. How about that?
Nice.
Very nice. Tony, give us the broadcast details for tonight.
Yeah, tonight, 7 o'clock, Bulls over at Oakleaf. Last year these two played, it was 57-50. So expect the fireworks again tonight between these two, 7 7 o'clock.
All right. Young coach Denmark has declared that if they could only win one more the rest of the year, this is the one to get.
Right.
So Baldwin v. Baker County tonight. Good luck. Friday Night Lights here on 1010 XL. XL Primetime coming up next. We will talk to you on Sunday for all that Jaguar coverage on your flagship home of Jaguar football, and hopefully celebrating a Victory Monday with you coming up in just a few days. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll talk to you then on 1010 XL 92.5 FM.
I told y'all to get off a kilo.
Jaguars Today. From the Renewal by